We're now being joined live from our Abuja studios by Dr. Chijioke Ekwechukwu, an economist and a former Director General of the Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industry, for more insight into the World Bank's projections on Nigeria's growth. A pleasure to have you with us.
It's my pleasure too.
Now, the World Bank is sticking by its earlier projection, 2.1% over the next 2 years. This is an improvement over the last 2 years, but what do you think about this?
Yeah, I agree with that projection. We should have actually done better than that projection, if not for the level of insecurity we're meeting in some parts of the country and the flooding and insecurity in our farmlands. If not for that, I'm sure we should have been growing at a rate more than what they have projected. But that projection is hinged on the fact that these hindrances are there, and if they are there, we can grow at that rate. But we still have a lot of potentials. You know, one major area that was mentioned was digital technology, which we have seen is doing well in this country. But we need to have this various infrastructure available to enable this particular sector grow far beyond where we are today. We have advantage of population. We have also advantage of population in the youth area. And so if we have that advantage, then we need to take a competitive advantage on that. Now, talking about this digital technology, we need to grow our infrastructure. We need to grow certain platforms that must actually make this sector grow. We need to develop the skills of individuals in order for them to understand what we're talking about by training them and providing a whole lot of skills that they can understand. When we do this, you see that the fintech that we're talking about will just drive itself, and a lot of other areas of digital technology will obviously grow. The way to believe this is the fact that if you know that the net worth of companies like Amazon, and Amazon has a net worth of about $315.5 billion. Apple has about $309.5 billion. Now, the net worth of these two companies will obviously, we can see, is bigger than the GDP size of our country. You know, so if these two companies have grown like this just because of technology and digital technology for that matter, then we should know that this is just a way to go. And so we need to develop our digital platform in order for us to grow using this area.
Now,
we should no longer think that oil is going to take us to where we want to be.
It's not every time that the government agrees with ratings and projections of international agencies. So do you think this positive projection will propel the government to do more?
You know, government is setting certain standards for itself, and these projections, the government is also listening to it. And when they listen to this kind of projections, they will adjust the standards they have made to see, okay, we need to improve on this, we need to improve on that, and we need to improve on this. The ease of doing business has been so orchestrated, but we are not where we're supposed to be yet, because a whole lot of things are still wrong with the ease of doing business. So many of them are wrong. Today, in this country, you buy a property, to change ownership, to change the title from one person to another can take you years. And in the process, you see other people interfering with that particular property, and that is just that. When people look at some of these opportunities, some of these problems, you see it is difficult for them to want to do business here. We're also looking at areas of lack of funding in this country. The cost of funding is too high, and that is actually one major bane in the growth of our economy. So we need to ensure that we have funding that should be able to grow the middle and small entrepreneurs in order for them to do their businesses without
I beg your pardon, Dr. Ekechukwu, but that's all we can take at this time. A pleasure having you with us on the News at 10.
It's my pleasure.